Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 in Zielonka. Um, this should be episode 12. Last episode, we did our canola harvest. We sold some soybeans we had from a bunch of contracts we did. We harvested our small sorghum field that we created. That will be chicken feed. We cultivated the canola field number 46. Off camera, between then and now, I did a bunch of contracts as I stand up here precariously overlooking our farm. So yeah, we did some hoeing, some baling, couple harvests. I did save some, just under 3,000 liters of sorghum from a harvest. And then we did a wheat harvest, which there wasn't enough really left over worth saving. So I just sold that at the time. We refueled the combine because one of the contracts was down there. And did some repairs on it. Just to keep I don't want to let it go too far and start losing yield and then have to pay a lot more. We also brought the pallet of seeds back over here from the store that I'd forgot was over there. So, yeah, there's our sorghum field that we harvested. That can wait to be cultivated. It's probably just going to be sorghum again anyways, which we won't plant till, well, March or April or something, I think. So I'm not worried about dealing with that right now. Let's get out of this screenshot mode here. It's August still. We are probably going to move on to September now. If you notice the upper right, I added a mod that gives more info. As you can see, it's year 3, which I believe coming into August puts us into year 3 for this series. So, beginning of year 3. And let's take a look at what we got going on. Did we plant canola yet? I don't remember if we planted. We did not. Were we going to do canola again is the question. Because it's already 4:51. I'd have to plant it. We could still do it next month, and then the harvest will be in August. It's tough questions. What do we do? Should we seed it? Probably doesn't take too long, right? I gotta get a new seeder. I hate this thing. You hear that, Great Plains? I don't like you. Well, let me jump in here real quick and do the chicken feed thing here. $6.7 on that. We haven't used it a lot lately. 4.8. We've been hammering this pretty good. Oh man, do we do canola again? We probably should. I think it's worth a little bit more. Let's get... I think we should have enough seed. But let me... don't think we have any more fertilizer. Ooh, and the telehandler. Yeah, I don't think we have any more fertilizer other than what's on the, it's in the spreader right now, so I think we'll have enough. But, yeah, we're probably gonna have to get more. I think we'll be good for this. We might need more for the second application. That's not exactly a great start, but whatever. So we will get on with this. And I'll see you when our canola has been seeded, planted, whatever, drilled. And I'll enjoy my beer.
Hands in dirt, under sun's blaze, sweat and toil, relentless days, crops to sow, ferocity bold, life in fields, stories unfold. Plant the seeds, watch them grow, through the storms, power show, rough hands, iron will, field of dreams, fight until blows through soil, breaking ground, hardships roar, harsh and loud, harvest dawns, strength revealed, golden grains, fate is sealed. Plant the seeds, watch them grow, through the storms, power show, rough hands, iron will, field of dreams, fight until bitter winds, cold and hard, nature's wrath, leaving scars, yet they rise, strong as steel, farmer's pride, wounds will heal. Endless struggle, endless gain, thriving on relentless pain, hands to earth, sky above, harvest born from labor's love. Plant the seeds, watch them grow, through the storms, power show, rough hands, iron will.
Alright, we're just about finished here. And we are really cutting it close with that fertilizer. Really close. That's why I don't like this thing. Last row. Sure, I missed a spot. I really don't care. I'm usually pretty kind of retentive about getting every little spot, but I've done that on all of my other save games, and I'm just kind of like, whatever now. Okay, seriously? It literally just ran out? Yeah, alright. Mess up this guy's field. Alright. Let's whip this thing back in. And, see what we're going to get up to now. We might move on now to September. I don't think we have anything else really to do in September. Other than we're going to have to probably hoe. probably going to have to hoe and fertilize the canola field. So I'm going to get over here. With this, park it over here. I'm ready with my hoe. And let's just double check. I don't think I'm gonna do any contracts. Some canola. Probably not going to do any contracts in this episode. I'm not sure though. Yeah, so that's in. Let's go on to September. Alright, well, I just heard the trailer go, so the automatic feeding from the trailer is still working. Let me just double check what we have in here. Canola, that's going to be December or January. Sorghum is the chicken feed, even though we have a ton of wheat left. Yeah, we might sell the wheat. I don't know. We might sell the wheat in January when it's time for it to go. Anyways, let's see where we're at on our map. Yeah, we got weeds. And yeah, soybeans are pretty high up there on the growth stage, so we have to run into that tractor. Let's get the hoe on. Oh, you know what? Before I start, I forgot to mention it during the intro. I do have some footage from the sorghum and wheat harvests. I think both of them that I did off camera. I mean, I say off camera, but I recorded it. But you know, outside of the normal episode recording time. So I will. Yeah, I'll roll that in now. Just a little musical montage of harvesting. And then we'll be back to the hoeing.
Muscle tears to pain, sunrise to sunset, harvest never in vain. Blades cut through the stalks, grain falls to the floor. Axes in our hands, power, we crave more. Strength of iron will, fury in our veins. Cut down every field, conquer all the graves. Barren land we scorch, blood fuels our toil. Screams echo through the night, victory in soil. Metal reapers march, terror in their eyes, slicing through the dawn, feast upon the cries. Strength of iron will, fury in our veins. Cut down every field, conquer all the grinds.
Alright. Let's unfold. Man, all those weeds it mixes in with the grass, it's hard to even see where the crop is. Alright, let's get in here. So we have our steering assist lines. And I'll be back when we're done with the hoeing.
Got dirt on my hands and knees, weeds growing faster than my dreams. Sun beats down like a cruel tease, ain't no end to this it seems. Hoe in hand I swing and fight, trying to clear my future sight. Sweating through this endless plight, chasing shadows in the light. Oh, no more I wanna cry, feel the dirt still in.
Alright, we're coming up on the end of this. Nice quick hoeing. Yeah. Weeds are gone. I love how that they just disappear. Just erased. Since I started playing this game, I did start getting like video recommendations of, I wish I could find it now. There's one guy that does a lot of really like cool ground and drone footage of farm equipment working, and he does operate it sometimes. It's just really cool stuff. And it's just like, obviously some of the stuff in game isn't necessarily perfectly realistic, but it looks and sounds really good compared to like the actual equipment that's working. So I wanted to look up, you know, this particular hoe, and was it Pottinger? I don't know if that's how it's really pronounced, because there's the double dot thing over the O, but Pottinger maybe, I don't know. But I guess, actually let me just run over to it real quick. These little guys scoop out the top layer of soil basically, even when a crop is grown in, and basically just toss, you know, the weeds out, because I guess a lot of times the weeds aren't rooted as firmly as a regular crop would be. So just by those little things scooping out the top layer of soil basically, it fires out the you know, loosely rooted weeds. And I guess the reason for some of the more boring contracts where there's no crop growing yet is, I think you're basically just doing that with driving away from the fertilizer spreader. you're doing that with the seeds of the weeds, which are probably, I would guess, spread, airborne seeds. So you're just tossing those out, so they can't, maybe they'll bake in the sun. I don't know. Not a real farmer. I just play one on the internet. So it's definitely interesting to see videos of the real implements working and kind of how well they've replicated it in this game. So, all right, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure we need to do this. Yeah. So it is fertilizer time, and that means a time-lapse time. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're on the last little strip here we gotta do. So I'm gonna narrow that down. We are kind of close on this now too. Let me check our map, make sure I'm centered. I'm pretty close to centered. And move over a little bit. No, that's pretty good. Oh, I don't think we're gonna have enough. It's very disappointing. Ugh, so frustrating. Alright. Off to the telehandler. And off to the store. How much do we buy? Check the sales while we're looking. Big cultivator. Slay 0.4. Don't need that. What do we need? We need fertilizer. Should I get biggie bags or pallet? I wonder if I could carry 2 of these with the telehandler, if it'd be too heavy. Well, we are going to try it, and it's probably not going to go well. These things are not light. Nope, wrong one. Let's boom out a little bit. Getting in closer. Now, as long as I'm careful, the rear end shouldn't come up. This is pretty good. Some of the, I had trouble with one of the John Deere tractors. What just happened there? Oh, the cover opened automatically because I was nearby with something I could fill into the trailer. Unreal. Is there a mod that I don't remember what I just saw today. Obviously there's like new mods constantly, but Let's bring those in closer. Only need to bring one bag out here because it's only going to take 300 liters of the 1,000. I always get confused because I think this is 1,000 liters. The lime is 2,000. Alright, let's just finish this. Of course, I'm hitting stuff. You know what? I was just going to finish it, but and then move this, but we'll do this and get this out of the way. Do it the right way. Try and go back a little bit here. Yep, moving little Z-Tor tractor. All right. How'd we do? A little bit missed. I don't care about those little bits anymore. Those are like one plant, doesn't have double fertilizer. Top up, and we'll go park our spreader. We really need a shed. Something else I need to look up too is the chicken stuff. I know like the cows and stuff, you can move them, so you know, if I had a small pen or whatever for cows or sheep or whatever, and then want to get a bigger one, I could, you know, build a new one and trailer them or whatever to the new one. Don't think you can do that with chickens, though. I don't even know if I can sell the chickens. Alright, so fertilizing is done. We don't need lime. That needs lime. But I don't care. That'll get dealt with later. We don't have any of those. We just have our chickens. Eggs are coming up in November. Everything else is January or later. Oh no, December. Let's see what it really says on here though. This is November. 1281. What does this say? 1313 in December. Interesting. We'll have to see what happens. That'll probably not be till another episode anyways. Brain myself on my pallet fork. Almost a full pallet. All right. How are we on the contracts? I mean, I want to make money doing some contracts. It's too far away, but I don't want to do a bunch of contracts at the same time. I think what I will do at some point is if there's one worth enough, maybe I'll do one of these, vegetable type harvest contracts just to show what it is. They take forever. I will not do peas. I hate the harvester. Harvester's the devil. All right, let's move on. Let me just double check. I like to double check. Okay, we're in September. We planted, we fertilized. Yeah, soybeans will be next month. So I want to do the soybean harvest. Rain in the forecast for next month messes things up. But we'll see what happens. I mean, that's it, right, for now? I gotta do more beehives. Creepy Walter. Have a good night. All right. October of year 3. Forecast check. We're good. Maybe it was just overnight it rained. Okay. Let's see if there's any upcoming contracts I could do at some point, maybe off camera. Corn. That's not worth... How much are you going to get? It's a $1,056 contract. $1,039 leasing costs for equipment. It's less than an acre. You're probably going to get like 6 liters of bonus corn. There's a lot of really tiny fields on this map. What is that? That's a big field of corn. I might do that. Soybeans. Holy cow, that's a big harvest. It's so close to the grain mill. I might do that one off camera. That may be in the next episode. Some footage of that. We'll check our sales. Just a forage header. Okay, what do we have to do? Soybeans. Soybean harvest with our filthy combine harvester from Massey Ferguson. Oh, I did mention. What was I doing? Hoeing? Someone's doing the hoeing? I'm gonna enjoy my beer. Beer is sort of a passion of mine. Not that I have a lot of passion about much things anymore. My job has ruined me. But I am enjoying a oatmeal stout called Voided from Counterweight Brewing. They are in... Where'd it go? Cheshire? Yeah, Cheshire, Connecticut. It's 7%. It's delicious. I mean, I love a bunch of the newer experimental whatever styles that are out there, and some of the like New England IPAs. And I really enjoy those. Why is this not? Come on, give me my lines on this field. There you go. Even traditional West Coast IPAs, I really like, but the last, I don't know, 10 years, I've been trying a lot of these, newer things. I've tried sours, and I know they're not necessarily really new, but new as far as, a sour is kind of, basically just beer that's sort of bad, but it's not. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, um, yeah, there's a whole lot of crazy new things going on. There's new hop varieties and different adjuncts, and breweries are trying, especially craft brewing. It's just tried all kinds of crazy stuff. We have there's a brewery nearby that when they opened, like the day they opened, geez, it's been over 10 years, I think. Um, they're the largest brewery in Connecticut, and they started out doing a lot of contract stuff for smaller places. So that's kind of how they got their thing. Like a huge chunk of their capacity was taken up by contracts. It's a way to bring in money and get going. But they have a whole second brewery they opened. It's all experimental stuff, and that's great. But I got to the point now where, yeah, I still do love all that crazy new stuff that's coming out. I love to try new things, but just a good old traditional, older style something. A regular stout, not some crazy imperial, high alcohol content, chocolate, habanero, whatever, wild crazy thing. Barrel aged, they're all good. I love a lot of that crazy stuff. I love some barrel aged stouts. It's just a traditional stout. Great. The last time I went out and picked up some beer, that's what I bought. I bought this and a brown ale. And back around, I don't know when it was, the last couple months of last year, 2024. I had a whole bunch of time off from work because I wasn't using my time during the year, so I had a bunch to burn that, use it or lose it sort of thing at the end of the year. My brother and I went to they're a brewery, but it was really weird. They had some event going on with local businesses, but they were, like boutique sort of businesses with maybe handmade jewelry. I don't know what it is. It's a lot of stuff maybe you'd see on like people trying to sell on Etsy, but there are people that have their little shops in the area. So they had some event with all that. And maybe it's their events room. It's the only time I've been to this place. It's just jam packed with this stuff, and it's near the train station. We took the train to get down there, so we didn't have to drive. Not that it's far away; it's only 3 towns away, but it's right at the train station. So just take the train. My brother takes the train to work, so he has passes. We don't have to worry about driving and all that. And anyways, so we went down there, and this wild event was going on, and coming from the train station, that was the entrance we had to go in. So we had to cut through this crazy thing, and then it was, I don't know what football was on. I think it was a Sunday, maybe. I don't remember, but there was football games on, so it was like this weird combination of all these people there, including kids, for this store sale special event thing they were doing, community, whatever, local business, which is great. It definitely wasn't my anything I was interested in as far as what they were selling, but they're supporting other businesses in the area, so that's really cool. But there's just so many people. But then they have food at the place, and so there's all these people, including kids, for that. And then there's football games going on, and the way they kind of have the bar area set up, it's almost sports bar-ish. So you had kind of part of it where it was all people watching the football games, and then part where there were people scattered about that were there for this event, and we're like, oh, we'll grab a beer while we're here, and we'll have some food. And it was just chaos in that place. But I've been rambling through this entire bit of harvest so far, where I'd normally be time-lapsing. They had a huge selection of beers. They had a bunch of their own stuff, and I think they have 2 locations. I don't know what the other location might be like. It might be a little more kind of traditional brewery tasting room sort of area, but I don't know for sure. But they have a huge selection of their own stuff, and then they have a bunch of guest beers, I guess, but it's, you know, some other local stuff, or they even had some, you know, they had like Stella Artois and Guinness, some more traditional sort of what you'd see in restaurants and bars. But I was gonna get one of the crazy beers, and I saw they had a red ale, which, I mean, a red is basically a variety of an amber, I think. It's been a while since I paid it. I used to watch a lot of the homebrew channels on YouTube that are out there, and I was into it. And, I tried brewing my own beer, and it didn't go bad, but it was, you know, I didn't mess any of it up necessarily, but it wasn't great. So I've kind of been into beer quite a bit. Yeah, I think a red ale is like a subset of amber ales. But anyways, they had a red ale, and I had that, and I had a brown ale, and it was just really nice to get back into a traditional style without any craziness going on. And that's kind of where I am right now. You know, I still, the other local brewery, they have they're usually fairly high alcohol content, because that's kind of a thing these days, but they have a series of hazy, I guess, New England style IPAs. That are just, they're really good. They have like their normal one, they have a double, and one they call Mega, which I don't even know, I don't remember if I've managed to try the Mega yet. They have one that's a lower alcohol content, and then they did a special that was a fruit punch flavored one. And now, I'm not huge on flavored beers where, you know, you're adding flavors, or even if it's, you know, natural, additive, whatever. But it is amazing. It legitimately tastes like Hawaiian Punch initially. And then after a couple seconds, you're like, oh right, this is beer. And it's really, really good. But it is dangerous. I forget the alcohol content. Well, on this line, let me see if I can take a look at it and see what the alcohol content is. .2%. So it's not crazy high. It's not like a stupid 12% Imperial Stout or whatever, which are delicious also, but dangerous. But I mean, 7.2% in something that's very drinkable, that will sneak up on you and mess you up. So drink responsibly, and be careful with some of these. They really can sneak up on you if you're not careful. Yeah, so let me see what there's a few others they need. I gotta go to their brewery. I haven't been there in a while. There's another one that opened up in town that I hadn't been to, and I'd been meaning to for years. And I finally went with my brother, and they have something made in the stock. They're a much smaller place than this other one I was talking about, but really, really good stuff. Some stuff that I wouldn't necessarily care for either. We had a little sampling of, they had a pickle beer, which pickle flavored stuff is been a thing recently for some reason. But I tried it, just a sample. I wasn't gonna. A lot of times when I go to these places, I don't do, oh, can I just get a little sample of that, a little sample of this? Like, some of it, you know, if they have a smaller serving, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do like a 6 or 8 ounce serving, depending on what it is. Especially if it's somewhere we've gone to, you know, a little bit of a drive. You want to try a bunch of stuff without getting hammered. But most of the time I just dive right in. Give me a serving of that. But not a pickle one. I love pickles, but yeah, I didn't like it. Wasn't my jam at all. I forget what the base beer was for it. I have to look it up. I don't know if I'll find it. I'm almost done with this, so. They have another one that I actually still have in my refrigerator. I got a 4-pack of it. I still have 3 of them left. That wasn't huge on it. I'm gonna go dump this out. It's a spiced beer. I guess it's supposed to be like a holiday spice one. What is a spiced Scotch ale, I want to say. And I'm gonna have to have another one at some point and try it again, but I don't know, it just didn't hit right. But I would love to try the base beer for it, just a plain Scotch ale without the added stuff, the spices and whatever else. See how that is. Sometimes you just gotta do the simple stuff. Ooh, I love beer. It's one of those things, like, I went probably, I don't know, months. Like, when I was in college, I was probably could have been considered an alcoholic, but I've gone, I mean, months at a clip without a drink. But man, do I love beer. Once it's the Frank the Tank. Once it hits your lips, it's so good. Yeah, if you have problems with it, don't listen to me rambling about beer. Maybe mute the audio or something. It's always one of those things where you got to keep an eye on what you're doing and be careful with it. Like I said before, drink responsibly. And if there are problems with it in your family, it always could be a problem for you, so keep that in mind. As long as you don't have problems with it and you don't have some other underlying health issue, and beer once in a while, delicious. And the history of it too is pretty good. You know, they found remnants of basically beer in like clay pots in Egypt and stuff. What was it they did that? I guess there was a chemical analysis done of one of them. I think Dogfish Head did it. They've done a lot of crazy stuff, Dogfish Head. They're a bigger one. They've been around for quite a while. As far as the I assume they're still independent. I don't think they're owned by any of the major conglomerates or anything, but yeah, they've done a lot of wild stuff. Fish head, some good beers. Yeah, so I rambled about beer during this whole soybean harvest, which is completely unrelated to beer. Would have been more appropriate for a barley harvest. I really wish they did have a thing, some mods, but something to do with the game rating. I guess this is rated E for everyone, or whatever. I don't know what the ratings are for games. I don't pay attention to any of that. I guess they can't officially sanction something like that and keep the rating or whatever, which I get. They want the wider audience for the game. All right, we harvested the soybeans. Was that it? Kind of want to look at see what the weeds look like in this field over here. This doesn't matter. It's just gonna get cultivated anyways. It's pretty messy. Anyhow. Yeah, so I think that's the episode. We don't have anything else to harvest. We just planted the canola. These are both harvested. I do want to start getting some productions going of some kinds, but I think we need more land. How are we on our loan? Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do more contracts off camera. I may set some AI off helpers on some cultivating or something, and I'll do. This is calling me. It's so close to where we are, and the travel time to the sell point isn't that high. So, as long as that doesn't somehow disappear before I go to record off the, record off camera doesn't make sense, right? I'm an idiot. Yeah. I'll probably do that between episodes and just get some fancy footage of it to roll in. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Oh, look at that. Look what happened while we were harvesting. Or maybe while we slept into October. We need more chickens, because it's the same amount as we produced last year, which wasn't a lot. Yeah, so, thanks for watching this idiot try to run a farm. Look at this fucking guy. Look at this guy. You really can make people look ridiculous in this game. It's pretty good. I do like that. Anyways. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode, I guess.